For most of my adult life, I thought feeling good meant losing weight. Maybe you did too. And if you spend any time in midlife, you already know that the rules have completely changed. The belly that moved in during perimenopause is playing a completely different game. You can't starve it off, you can't run it off, and it sits there like it owns the place. So we do what we have always done, right? We tighten the rules, we watch the scale and wait for it to move. And here's the thing about that scale. There's always a finish line. 5 pounds, 10 pounds, 50 pounds. We tend to carry this idea that once we get there, the clouds part and everything falls into place. The number becomes a verdict on our bodies, on our discipline, and how we're doing in general. And that's a lot to ask of a number. And I bet losing weight has crossed your mind recently. If not today, sometime this week. And that's just years of conditioning, and I completely get it. But what if the goal itself is the problem? Now, I work in brain health. I even wrote a book about it. And I know exactly what you're thinking. What on earth does my brain have to do with my muffin top? Stay with me. The belly fat that shows up in midlife is driven by the hormonal shifts in perimenopause. And those shifts, they don't stop at your waistline, they reach the brain too. How clearly you think, how well you sleep, what kind of mood you're in, how much you got left in the tank by 3 p.m. Same route, different rooms in the same house. And the brain is the room where so much of the action happens. It's wired into your metabolism, your hormones, your sleep, your stress. So when you give it what it needs, the effects don't stay in one place, they reach everywhere. Which is why the scale makes a poor target. Weight matters. For a lot of us, it's a real health issue, and it's not just a number, of course, but it's a result of what's happening underneath. And you don't change the result by staring at it. You change what's driving it. So I'd offer you a different question to carry around. So instead of how do I get this number down, ask, what do my body and my mind actually need in order to do what they're built to do? Because a body that has what it needs is remarkably good at sorting itself out. Your energy, your mood, your focus, and yes, even your weight. It's rarely just one fix, and it's rarely like just like a food alone. It's the way of eating, sleeping, moving, and managing stress that work together. When you get those conditions right, you give your body a real shot at doing what it's been, trying to do all along. And honestly, here's what I find more motivating than that smaller number on the scale. Sleeping through the whole night, thinking clearly past 3 p.m., feeling strong, and just getting through a hard day without falling apart at the seams. That's what I find is a definition of health worth chasing, and it tends to show up long before that number on the scale falls. And getting there isn't really a quick fix, and it isn't another diet that you're going to be destined to fall off, which is a good thing, my friend. It's a process, and my approach has 5 steps. Understand, get clear on what's actually driving your symptoms, your patterns, and where to start. Remove, clear out what's working against you. problem foods, chronic stressors, and the daily habits that tend to drain you more than they give fuel. Use nutrition with intention to support brain function, steady blood sugar, and energy that actually lasts you for a long time. Support. Build the foundations that make everything else work better. Sleep, movement, stress regulation, and all that. Sustain. Make it realistic enough to keep and meaningful enough to be worth keeping. And this is the work I do one-on-one. I call it the Clarity Plan. And the link's right there if you ever want to see how it works. No rush. But you don't need me to start. Pick one of those 5 steps and do one small thing this week. Just one. Here's what I mean. Remember how I said that eating, sleeping, moving, and managing stress, they all tend to work together. That when you give your body that one thing it needs, the effect seems to reach everywhere. A walk is the clearest example I know. So tonight after dinner, head out for 10 minutes. That's it. You're not going to do it to burn calories. You're steadying your blood sugar, you're settling your stress, getting better sleep, all in one go with just one small thing. Working sort of like several rooms in the house at the same time. And then notice how you feel, not what the scale says, because you're not starting from zero and you're not behind. You're just one small step, one small doable thing away from giving your body what it needs and what it's been asking for. So start there. Talk soon. Bye-bye.